Take two.
Go.
We are about to remove a vanity.
What's going on in here?
This weekend, I am filming in a flight path shop. How hungry are you? I'll take all day. This is potentially the most awkward project ever. I just said jazzed up. Hold on, wait, I'm not ready.
This is behind the design. Katie and John, take one. Trust the process, go Sixers.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Weekender Behind the Design. I just got back from LA, spending the weekend with Katie and John. It was an amazing weekend, and I will be honest with you, it's been a little bit of a hard transition getting back into real life here on the East Coast. I love working with different YouTubers on The Weekender because it's really fun to see them vlog the whole behind the scenes, their whole experience. Then I also love going back and watching and being like, okay, what did you really think all weekend? And usually there's some pretty good, like, oh, I'm super nervous, or oh, this lady's crazy, or just some fun little nuggets. So check out their behind the scenes as well. But let's dive into this design. I am obsessed with how this room turned out. I think Katie and John loved it, and also Zoe and Turbo, their pups, did as well. So it was a win all around, but there's lots to chat through with this makeover. And of course, we started out with the design questionnaire, and Katie and John described the space that they wanted. I asked them, hey, what's your style? They wanted something that was modern farmhouse. A lot of people want that design right now, guys. It's pretty hot, trending, popular, but it's also pretty timeless. They wanted modern farmhouse, and they also wanted it to be bright. Katie said that she really liked neutral colors in the blue-gray tone, and that's kind of already the vibe they had going on in the room, so they didn't want to go too far from that. Your new wall color. Yes! Ooh. When I showed up for the weekend, they had already emptied their space, but I'm gonna show you kind of what they were living in beforehand. They had a massive headboard that came up and over their window. They also had like a very solid mirrored phase going on. So everything in the room was just a little bit oversized, and it's a small footprint of a space, so it really was making it feel cramped. They really, really loved the ceiling, the planked wood, one of their favorite things. And they really like the barn door going into the bathroom. They also have really nice hardwood floors. Basically, all the bones of this room were perfect. The one thing they hated were the mirrored doors. They just made the room feel a little bigger maybe, but it was a whole lot of mirror. So they weren't huge fans of that, and they didn't like the stuff that was in the room. So like I mentioned, the headboard, their nightstands, just everything that they had purchased wasn't fitting with this new style vibe they wanted to go for. I do not recommend the whole clear glass mirrored gold phase. Avoid it. I'd say just avoid it. If you want a sprinkling in of that style, okay, cool, but don't go all in, because they went all in and then they were like, oh shoot, this actually doesn't really fit us anymore. We have to get rid of everything. So I would recommend going with a style that you can mix in and out pieces that you're into and different style vibes. Don't jump in 100,000,000%. We had a bit of a weekender first here, and to change a paint color, guys. I rarely have to do this. Like every once in a while, we'll pull the wrong chip or get the wrong color mixed, you know, and realize it really quickly. Like sometimes that happens. But this was a situation where we painted half to 3/4 of the room. And at first, as it went on, I was like, okay, this is looking good. And it just dried a lot darker than I expected. It's a really nice color, but it was too similar to their doors. So I had to tell Katie and John that I was gonna make a decision, run out to Lowe's, get a new color, and run with it. And I'm so glad that I did. Repainting isn't always the most fun, but if you are going with a color and you've done half the room and it's dried and you've given it an hour and it still isn't the right color, don't be afraid to change it. I'd rather spend an extra 3 hours painting than living in a space where I didn't like the color for the next 3 years. A couple tips for choosing a paint color and trying it out at home. I would say that go to the store when you're there and you're looking at Lowe's and you're looking at all the different colors. Pull some of them and bring them home if you can, because looking at the light in the store, even though they have the like little light box thing with all the different colored lights in it, it still isn't gonna be exactly the light that you have in your room. I actually grab a couple of the same color chips and put them up in 3 different places in my room, because have you ever noticed that the paint color on one wall can look really different from the paint color on another wall depending on where the light comes in your room? One other option is to try the paint samples. They're really inexpensive, and if you are a very visual person, you can get a couple paint samples and try them on your wall and just see how it looks. I don't generally do that because usually I don't have enough time to, but you have the choice, samples or just taping them up on the wall. One of the funny things about a room reveal is that I never know what the homeowners are gonna like really be drawn to right off the bat. And sometimes it's like a small little accessory and then I'm like, are you kidding me? But in this case, the first thing that Katie and John really were drawn to was the wood valance. And it's crazy because it was such a simple, easy project, but it really did make a big impact. I love that Lowe's sells this pre-stained shiplap. Who knew? It's something totally new that I just found recently when I was in there, but it made this project look awesome. And I really love a project that combines functionality and style. And I know I say that all the time, but it's true. Like, they needed privacy blinds for that huge window, but they didn't look great. So this simple project covered it up. Now they still have all the functionality, but a whole lot more style too. Here's something you may not have noticed in the episode, but we built Zoe the most epic farmhouse dog stairs ever. I mean, they're the cutest things ever. I hope you could tell. They're so stinking cute in real life. And what's funny is if you watched at the end of the episode, we have this adorable shot of her running up and down the stairs. Well, secret behind the scenes info, we had to have John and Katie shoot that by themselves afterwards because she was so not sure of what was going on. We were trying to get her to go up the stairs. She's like, whoa, this bedroom looks completely different. What are these stairs? Like, just totally not having it. And Katie warned me that she's kind of a diva pup. She was right. It's a little crazy because I do a lot of live TV. Like, I'll do the Today Show live. I'll do Live with Kelly and Ryan live. Millions of people watching. I don't get nervous for that at all, you guys. Like, I love doing that. It like energizes me, excites me. Doing a beauty makeover on camera with Katie, I was like a nervous wreck. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh,
it looks scary.
Yeah, it looks like 24 karat gold.
But it's literally clear.
I mean, that's completely ridiculous. There were 3-4 people in the room and she's giving me makeup tips. It's very weird and backwards. Every episode, guaranteed, I will mess things up multiple times. Every episode, guaranteed, my amazing crew will be clowning around, being ridiculous. And that's pretty much what makes The Weekender super fun. So we try and give you a little peek. Here it is.
Spray? Spray? Oh, yes.
You would totally take a spray. It smells so good. It feels nice, too.
Oh my God, it's so refreshing.
Right? John loves getting sprayed.
It's like spa.
Yeah.
I know a thing or two about home makeovers, but she is the queen of the beauty makers. No. Yeah, wait, Jay, why are you taping on the wall when we were about to paint the wall?
Well, I thought we were painting the beams.
Yeah, we're painting the wall too.
Oh, well.
Right.
So you just have to tape the ceiling.
I was killing this paint job.
This was your test to see how well you could do it. Now you're gonna tape the real thing.
How'd you do? You did good.
I think I nailed it.
All right, so these stairs are for Zoe. Turbo can get up on the bed by himself.
She doesn't need anybody.
No. Oh, she's a she.
Yeah.
Turbo's a she?
She's a she.
All right, let me do that again. Your followers would eat me alive if I called it.
Everybody thinks she's a boy.
How's everybody doing?
Great, my arms are burning.
I feel fine.
You do not feel fine. Your arms have to be burning.
You guys are weak.
It's LA heat combined with the arm hold.
I remember my first time holding a barn door.
For 10 hours. Overall, this was an insanely fun weekend. I had the best time, and I hope you guys liked the episode. If you have questions about any of the projects or any of the colors, just anything that went down, or even questions about Katie and John, I can give you the inside scoop. So leave me a comment below. I will be sure to get back to you, and thanks for watching Behind the Design. We'll see you guys next weekend.